Turn 3 Cygnar and letting snipe drop because, well, everyone's nice and close now because, well, trolls come in and smash you. So I get 2 to the ironclad, 1 to the defender. So he charges, using 1 of his focus, and then manages to hit with his mat 7 and manages to kill, well, a tough roll. And he does make it, so I buy my initial fist and I do, oh, he's still there. Oh no, I got a free strike. That's what those rolls were before. I forgot about the other tough roll up front because he had reach. But I was able to take him out, and I still had a focus left on him. I overestimated the Tuffalos, and then Striker runs in and wants to kill the other one, and so he does. Tough roll does not make it, and so now my defender is freed up, and he can use his cannon / shoot. My Lancer moves up just slightly, and just making sure to turn and get his spear, so if anyone's trying to charge past, trying to hit Striker in the back or whatever, it'll be a lot harder to, at least. The defender moves up, protects Striker, and takes a shot at another Long Rider, boosting damage, or no, boosting the hit instead of damage, and he is down just 1 hit point, almost enough to kill him, but not quite. The Hunter moves over to the side, and Denissa got a Surefoot, but not defense of the wall, boosting the hit, and damage. No, I boosted the hit and used Critical Brutal, and so then I was able to get the extra damage die as well. So I kind of got lucky. It was a bit of a risk, but that's what you can do with fun times with gun mages and your gun Jack Marshall. Yes. So the rest try to shoot. They probably should have CRA'd to do something because they all try their Critical Brutals. Definitely should have CRA'd. But then the Journeyman walks up, and he's like 11, but he gets it. And boosting damage as well, because he's got that 2 focus after upkeeping Arcane Shield. Does a few damage to the Impaler, which is great. And another whelp pops out. Turn 3 Trolls, sucking all that Fury, upkeeping Surefoot again, and then eating the whelp to put down the Fury on the 1 Impaler. And then the cannon's running off to the side. And so some of you more intelligent people will realize that I actually could have won the scenario there. Because he didn't have anything in the top right squadron. It's kind of hard to see with all the tokens, I know. But Adam misunderstood when I explained that to him, or at least he claimed he misunderstood. Anyways, we delayed the objective taking for a turn. But that poor Jack got slammed in base to base. He uses his feet afterwards, but my Squire dies, and my Ironclad and my Defender are both knocked down. And so that was a very, very effective way to use that Impaler. But Madrak runs in, and with Arcane Shield and his set defense, he's pretty good. Only 1 damage so far, and then Madrak kind of stops and realizes that he isn't nearly as tough as he thought he was, or rather, not strong as he thought he was, and the Lancer was tougher than he thought he was. But the Impaler charges in, and he is able to do a Thresher attack against all my guys, but I am defense. I think he needs 9 to hit, because of his low mat, and the only high he gets, of course, is my UA. So no rune shot anymore. My Hunter can't use Critical Brutal or Snipe or Thunderbolt. But because the feed is on, because he killed the 1 guy, he's able to move over, kills another one, moves another inch, and misses the last one. So then he stops. But then the Impaler charges in, trying to just engage everybody. Hunter does have parry, will be able to get away, but at least getting the damage, but he does miss it. Horthal actually forgot to activate last turn. So he says, well, I'm getting into this. So he runs all the way through and then turns around. And so next turn, he'll probably be able to charge and do lots of damage. And Striker's kind of out in the open, so we'll have to see. A lot of auto hits from the Long Riders, and they're able to, they get the slam. If you don't move far enough to slam, you can slam or charge. If you don't move far enough to slam, then your mount can also make an attack, which I thought was really cool. So it basically gets 2 attacks with each one, because if you charge, you get your impact attack, which is basically like, it's strength, powerful strength 14, which is really good. But because of my high armor, he does a bit of damage here and there, but nothing too substantial. But there's still a lot of hit points to shoot through, and they have that ranged threat, so we'll have to see. Turn 4 Cygnar, move over with my Journeyman, try to hit and boost, and only get 1 damage down. But then Striker decides to be a little more aggressive and walks up Now my jacks were actually knocked down, or one of them was, and so I should have got one free strike there, but I did forget. But I could have popped my feet, which I do now. And so he doesn't do quite any damage right now or I realize I can't do enough damage to kill Mr. Poor Batrep. But Striker's there engaging, and we'll see if he's going to survive. Hopefully he's going to survive. I actually decided that it was kind of a silly decision to put him so far up there. But the Lancer moves out, gets 2 free strikes. He's able to keep in reach of Batrep as he runs around Striker there. But, well, it was like dice -12. But, rolling 2 5s and a 6 is pretty good. But the other one doesn't do any damage, so it's okay. And then I make my initial attack, try to do some damage, and I do hit him, and no damage. But then the Ironclad moves up, and we're not sure if he fits, but it turns out he just barely makes it in between the little crevice there. Gets in, boosts the hit, hits, but he negates it with his one-use scroll to deny all damage. And then he has to boost the hit again, and he does a few damage, but that's just with his fist. It would have been a lot more if it was his hammer and being able to boost damage as well. The gun mages then do a run charge move, and so just the ones in front just kind of move over and charge, try to do something, get in the way, and they are able to do absolutely nothing. But they are there at defense 15. There are more bodies in the way right now, and the Hunter is still able to benefit from Jack Marshall, just not from the special shot. So he runs, he books it all the way over, and tries to get somewhat of the way of incoming fire. So turn 4 trolls, he sucks all that fury up, and the Impaler does go crazy. He frenzies, and he obliterates that poor Arcane Tempest gun mage. The cannon shoots at the Hunter. Poor Hunter gets slammed again into another Tempest gun mage. So there you go. Oh, double 6s on damage. Even with feet up, I was like, I won't do that much damage, but no. He does a lot. And so he takes out his gun arm as well. So the Hunter is kind of just a big brick of hit points right now. But as long as he get in the way, save Striker, he's doing his job. And because he actually was slammed back, he's going to maybe prevent Horthal from charging my caster, which is awesome. Because when Jack is nearby, you don't want to you just want to walk up and attack because of all your focus. But when an infantry model can go, or cavalry, you want to always charge. So preventing that was great. So he walked around the Hunter. So he hits Striker, does a couple damage, something. There is a slight gap there, so the Impaler walks up and attacks, boosting the hit. Does manage to hit, boosting damage, and more damage. And again, Striker's feet, he does have 1 focus left on him, and he's at 21 armor right now. He's pretty healthy, and with 16 defense. But then the Swamp Goblins decide to charge in, but then we realize with the feet up, they can't damage at all. But the Long Riders can. They have a bit stronger. It's still going to be hard pressed for them to do so, but they will try anyways. Unfortunately, the Ironclad right there is armor 28 right now, I do believe. Or no, he's only 26. But it's a lot. So Batrep starts beating on Striker and doing as much damage as he can. You know that you really want that roll to do well, you just roll in your hand for a while, but I've never found that it helped. It's like when you just stop caring, all of a sudden it's awesome. But turn 5 Cygnar, we're going in, so I drop all my upkeeps because I don't need those. It's all or nothing from here on in. I can't take another beating like that. And so I actually cast Arcane Shield myself from the Journeyman, but I drop all the other upkeeps because I want Striker to have as much focus as possible and my jacks. And so the Ironclad starts beating on him and does boost the hits and does walloping like 9 damage. Boost the hit with his fist now, and not as much damage, but brings him down to only 2 life left. And then Striker boosts the hit, manages to hit, boosting damage, and
tough roll.
Oh! So Batrep is gone. Good game, Adam. It was a pleasure. I was close. I was worried for a very, very long time. Well, thanks, Adam, for the game. That was we were just clustered up there like crazy.
Yeah.
Like so much. My feet turn saved me.
Yeah,
I forgot to do it earlier, and I was gonna do it earlier, but
If I didn't
actually worked
if I
out.
didn't get greedy on the fee turn, I would have played more like conservative. I would have been better for sure.
Yeah, Striker is hard to take down. He's got with a 16 base defense and 15 armor.
Yeah, I just forgot about the one guy frenzied, and then I wasn't in range for.
Oh, yeah, that's
transferring.
right. So yeah, you were just out.
And then I messed everything up. So.
Yeah, you might have been able to attack with a long rider, but yeah, that wouldn't have killed my caster at all. Getting in there, anything you would well, anyways, we'll talk about that in the post game. But thanks for watching. Always remember you can go to MiniWarGaming.com/challenge to challenge me to a War Machine or 40k or Fantasy Battle Report, and go to MiniWarGaming.com/buy War Machine or /buy Hordes to get your identical armies, because these armies are pretty sweet.
And go to greenleafterrain.com for your terrain.
Nice plug. Happy wargaming.